Hello, everyone, and we're going to be talking about woke in Disney movies. So, let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DB Show. On this show, going to be talking about woke and how it has to do with Disney. You see, Disney have just decided that they've made another. Made another movie. As we all know, it was Snow White. It's supposed to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But here, see the picture there. I don't know whether this is real or fake. But if it's fake, good. If it's real, then it doesn't look like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It looks like Snow White and her backup singers. You see, it's hilarious, really. I have never seen a bunch of pathetic people. The only one that is a dwarf is at the front. The rest aren't. Seriously, I don't know why they even think that this is going to be a good remake, because it's hilarious. It is absolutely bloody funny. Now, hopefully, this is not true, because if it is, oh my goodness, it'll flop. Now, I know a lot of people have, they've talked about this, and I mean, it's even they said it's a joke. It's an absolute hilarious, seriously, absolutely hilarious. But they look like backup singers for Snow White, or they're in a band and gonna get down and boogie. This woke is absolutely bloody ridiculous. And this boss of Disney, he mustn't really care about losing money. Oh, he's alright, he's sitting back, sitting pretty, he gets plenty of money. Probably doesn't give a shit if the movie flops, or whether the movie's good or it flops. You know? But it's absolutely funny to think that is this what they're going to have? Look, apparently they're supposed to be magical, mythical creatures. That's rather ridiculous. It's supposed to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But as I said, it looks like Snow White and her backup singers. You know, it's seriously hilarious. Disney loses millions and millions of dollars, and the boss couldn't give a stuff. He couldn't care less. You know, And looking at this photo, oh my goodness. Seriously, you've got one dwarf, right? Okay, but the rest of them, this woke, it has to stop because they're making reboots, remakes of movies and ruining them. In the trailer, I saw the trailer and a bit of the trailer, and showed Snow White, the prince, but didn't show the seven dwarfs. Now, hopefully in this picture, they don't have like seven dwarfs like that. But of course, oh no, we can't call them seven dwarfs. We have to call them magical, mythical creatures. Seriously. You see, they're so thick and get so offended. Oh, so offended by characters that are supposed to be dwarfs in that movie. It's called Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, not Snow White and her backup singers. I have that is the most hilarious photo. It is funny. Oh, it is hilarious to think that they're gonna have the seven dwarves like that? Seriously. Now, with Snow White, hair as black as charcoal, face, skin as white as snow, lips red as a rose or a ruby, like that. I have that wrong, I'm sorry. But that's how Snow White's supposed to be. But in this remake, that's not the case. The skin colour's wrong. The hair. The lip. It's just all wrong. Sure, they've got the clothes, the costume. Right, that's fine. But, and I've said this dozens of times before. If you are going to make a movie, make sure it's, well, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that. As I was saying, if you're going to make movies, make sure you do it right. Now, Mama might have said something different like that, which I think I have. But instead, they decide, oh, we're going to have the woke in it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Or we want to make it our way. You've got the costume right. But the colour of the hair, the skin, the lips, it's all wrong. The seven dwarfs, Come on. Seriously. Are they really going to be like that? You know, this boss of Disney, as I said, he couldn't give a tinker's toss. He couldn't give a stuff. Loses money. He just wants them to make movies so they flop. And yet, wasting millions and millions of dollars. So, if you're going to make a movie, make sure you do it right. Have every detail the same. Got dwarfs in it, 7 dwarfs. You have them in it. Don't turn around and change it because, we can't have that. And then you've got this picture here, with 1 dwarf, and the rest, like, really? Is it a fancy dress party, is it? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like Snow White in a fancy dress. Or Snow White and her backup singers. Now, you got, as I said, you've got the clothes right. But everything else is wrong. And you tend Disney. You change. This is the thing. In the Little Mermaid, you turn around and want to have, Eric needs consent because he's going to kiss Ariel. He doesn't need consent, and that flopped. If it didn't have woke affecting that movie, it would have been really good at the box office. Wouldn't have flopped. But of course, you want to have it effective, woke, and then, find out that flops. You've lost millions of dollars. But this boss couldn't give a shit. Really. Then they go, we'll make a remake of Snow White. And as I said, the costume's right, but everything else isn't. I mean, look at the picture. They're going are they all going to a fancy dress party? Or it's Snow White and her backup singers? Now, if I was able to travel back in time, if I had a time machine and travel back in time and I met Walt Disney and I brought him to the future, what do you think he'd say about how his Disney company is being run and what they're doing to his movies? He wouldn't be very happy, would he? You see, having this stupid woke affecting all these movies, making a remake of The Little Mermaid, remake of Snow White, and the 7 dwarfs, but it looks like Snow White and her backup singers. They're very disrespectful towards Walt Disney. Walt Disney was the one that started it, had people help him build Disneyland. Then they brought out some of the best movies out. And you could say Walt Disney was ahead of his time. You know, animatronic pirates and the theme park at Disneyland. But the one that's the big boss now couldn't give a shit. They do the trailer. They show the trailer. Oh, of course you see Snow White. You see the prince. I think you see the evil queen. But you don't see the dwarves. And then you have a picture like this pop up on the internet, and people think, is that real? Seriously. If that's real, that is the most ridiculous bloody thing out. It's hilarious. I mean, the two things that you've got right, Disney, is, as I said, the costume for Snow White. The dwarfs, you got one dwarf. You needed to have the rest. Huh? Now, it would have been good to have someone have the right actress to play Snow White. Have the 7 dwarfs. Maybe have a different actress playing the Queen. But I mean, if you had the right actress to play Snow White, 7 dwarfs, not mythical creatures. If you made the movie Snow White, 7 dwarfs, a live action one, and still had Gail Goddard, I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, as the Wicked Witch, then it probably would do really good. But every time you have woke in these movies, the movie flops. I mean, come on. You know, you're making movies that you spend so much money on these remakes, and they flop. Seriously, they flop. So, yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go now. So, take care, everybody, and bye now. Just let me know in the comment section below what you think of this picture. Bye now.